Welcome to Narayana Online Digital Classes. Hi students. Today I brought some important questions regarding to the titration concept. Okay, we will see one by one. Yes students, you see the first question. Sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate are dissolved in 200 ml aqua solution in the presence of phenolphthalein indicator. 17.5 ml, 0.1 N HCl are used to titrate this solution. Now methyl orange is added in the same solution. Methyl orange is added in the same solution. Titrated it requires 2.5 ml of the same HCl. Then calculate the normality of sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide and mass percentage of the solution. Actually student, this question concept is based on double titration. Yes, based on double titration concept, we should solve this equation. What happens in the double titrations? First, we are taking HCl in the burette, given known concentration HCl we are taking here. Now we are taking the mixture. Which mixture, Nana? Sodium carbonate and sodium hydroxide solution, which was given, okay, 200 ml aqua solution. 200 ml aqua solution. Now you are titrating against HCl. We are titrating against HCl. So sodium carbonate and sodium hydroxide. Actually, this is a basic medium. Yes or no? In this basic medium, we are taking phenolphthalein indicator. Yes. You know what is the principle involved in the double titration? What is that? Phenolphthalein indicator, equivalent point, what happens? And methyl orange indicator, equivalent point, what happens? What happens in that one? First, in the reaction, first NaOH reacts with HCl, produces sodium chloride and water. Okay, and next sodium carbonate reacts with HCl. In the first step, it forms NaHCO3 plus NaCl. Okay, first these two reaction we will show the end point phenolphthalein indicator. In the next, for the same solution, and still who is present? Sodium bicarbonate is present. That sodium bicarbonate, again we are titrating with HCl solution. Here the same solution mean the leftover sodium bicarbonate containing solution, we are titrating against with the same concentration of HCl. Then what happened? It become NaCl. Okay, that is NaSCO3 reacts with this one NaCl, water plus carbon dioxide. So complete neutralization takes place for the given mixture. This can be identified only in methyl orange indicator. This is phenolphthalein indicator we have used here, methyl orange indicator we have used. What is the principle involved? What is the principle involved and what is the purpose of these indicators? You know, okay, in the class itself. Yes or no student? That is sodium hydroxide and HCl, and this totally is a basic medium. Okay, in the basic medium it shows colorless, and after adding slowly HCl, okay, the end point becomes 7.3 pH. Yes or no? At that pH, we can't use the, what is that continuation of methyl orange? That is why, sorry, phenolphthalein. That's why we are adding methyl orange indicator. These are the equations going on in your titration. Now, you know, phenolphthalein indicator endpoint. Phenolphthalein indicator endpoint. According to the principle of double titration, at phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, let us say first of all, let us milli equivalents of sodium hydroxide as Y and milli equivalents of Na2CO3 as X. Milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide is equal to Y. Milli equivalence of sodium carbonate is X. But you know, in the first endpoint or phenolphthalein indicator endpoint, what happens? Milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide, that is, simply I am writing like this. Okay. That is milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide plus Y plus X by 2. That is milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. That means in this one, half of the reaction only completed. So milli equivalence of HCl. Milli equivalence of HCl. So the milli equivalence of HCl equal to Y plus X by 2. That is half of the sodium carbonate only utilized. Is it right or not? Because half of the reaction only completed. So Y plus X by 2, half milli equivalence of sodium carbonate, milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide equal to milli equivalence of HCl. Now you see students, that is Y plus X by 2 is equal to milli equivalence of HCl. The HCl was taken is how much, Nana? 17.5 ml and 0.1 N. That is 17.5 into 0.1. That is Y plus X by 2 is equal to 1.75. This is first equation 1 from the phenolphthalein indicator. Now you are running the burette, same burette. Okay, that is same solution we are running against by using methyl orange indicator, because this phenolphthalein does not work, okay, after this sodium bicarbonate formation. That is why we are adding methyl orange. That means after the color change occur, okay, now by adding methyl orange indicator, again we are titrating, okay, and the burette value, how much you got in the next experiment? 2.5 ml. What is that? Methyl orange indicator, milli equivalence of HCl is equal to milli equivalence of HCl is equal to milli equivalence of, what is that, Nana? Sodium carbonate. That is nothing but half milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. Say yes or no? That is milli equivalence of HCl in the second experiment is equal to 2.5 into 0.1 N. Sir, some students are getting doubt. Here I am using the same titration. For individual titration, what happens? Milli equivalence of HCl is equal to milli equivalence of NaOH plus milli equivalence of Na2CO3 and milli equivalence of, like that we have to take. But they mentioned for the same solution and we are doing in the same experiment. We are not individually performing this. That means already 17.5 ml is over, and that is starting burette volume is 17.5 ml, and the next running after 17.5 ml is nothing but it stops at what is that, Nana? 20 ml. Is it right? 20 ml. 20 minus 17 point, that is 2.5 ml of HCl was taken. So 2.5 into 0.1 N is equal to milli equivalence of sodium carbonate we have taken X, that is X by 2. Now you got the X by 2 value is equal to 0.25. The X by 2 value is equal to 0.25. X by 2. X is nothing but what? Milli equivalence of sodium carbonate. Now you go for that next continuation. That is, you got it that X by 2 is equal to 0.25. X by 2, that is X is equal to 25 into 2. Okay, that is 0.5. Okay, 50. 2.25 2s are 50. That is equal to 0.5. That is nothing but milli equivalence of sodium carbonate is equal to 0.5. Milli equivalence of sodium carbonate mean normality into volume in milliliter is equal to 0.5. Now, normality of sodium carbonate is equal to 0.5 by how much ml of solution they have given? 200 ml of solution they have given. Yes or no? That is equal to 5 by 40. Those value is equal to 0.0025. So normality of sodium carbonate we got that 0.0025. If you know normality, automatically you can calculate the weight of the sodium carbonate also. How, sir? That is weight is equal to normality of the solution into equivalent weight into V in liters. Okay. Now, what is that normality? Normality is equal to 0.0025 and equivalent weight is equal to 53 because sodium carbonate molecular weight is 106 by 2 into volume in liter, that is equal to 0.2. After doing so, the weight of sodium carbonate you will get that 0.0265 grams. 0.0265 grams. So, I have calculated the normality of sodium carbonate and the weight of the sodium carbonate. Yes or no? So, what we have done, once again you see there. Yes, in the first phenolphthalein indicator, that sodium hydroxide completely neutralized and half of the sodium carbonate was neutralized. In the second methyl orange used as an indicator, the remaining sodium bicarbonate we have identified neutralization. Understood? So, at phenolphthalein indicator, milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide Y, milliequivalence of sodium carbonate is X. Then Y plus X by 2 equal to, that is milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide, half milliequivalence of sodium carbonate is equal to milliequivalence of HCl. So, I got that Y plus X by 2 equal to 1.75. X by 2 is equal to already 0.5. Is it right? X by 2 is equal to 0.25. That is now Y is equal to, from these two equations, you substitute X by 2 value, that is equal to 1.5. What is meaning of Y? Y is nothing but milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide. Y is equal to 1.5. Y is nothing but milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide is equal to 1.5. Now, normality into volume in milliliters is equal to 1.5. Then normality of the solution equal to 1.5 by 200. That is normality of sodium hydroxide, you got that. You got the normality of sodium hydroxide, that is equal to 0.0075, 1.5 by 200. Yes or no? Now, if you know the normality of sodium hydroxide, then you can calculate what is that weight. How, sir? Weight of the sodium hydroxide is equal to normality into equivalent weight into volume in liters. Yes or no? Why? Normality is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight into V in liter. Yes or no? 1 by V in liter. Then weight of the sodium hydroxide equal to normality. Normality you got 0.0075. Equivalent weight of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide 23 plus 17, 40 into 0.2. Sir, why you are writing 0.2? The solution is 200 ml, that is equal to 0.2 liters. After doing so, you will get that 0.06 grams. That is the weight of sodium hydroxide obtained. You observe the logic? So, weight of the sodium carbonate and weight of the sodium hydroxide, normality of the sodium carbonate and the normality of the sodium hydroxide. Whatever the things they asked you, you have find out. This is the way you can apply the, what is that, double titration. Here, the important logic in the above question, whatever the given question, that is same solution. That means we are using the same first, in the first end point where we have stopped, the same solution we are continuing for the next titration by adding methyl orange indicator. That is the reason why milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide plus half milliequivalence of sodium carbonate is equal to milliequivalent of HCl. At methyl orange indicator end point, milliequivalence of, that is half milliequivalence of sodium carbonate is equal to milliequivalence of HCl. You know the concept, why do we apply? So, this is the way we are calculating the normality and weight of the given mixture. Now, we will go for the next question, students. Yes, V1 ml of 0.1 m potassium dichromate is needed for complete oxidation of 0.678 grams N2H4 in acidic medium. Yes or no? Now, that means milliequivalence of, what is that, N2H4 is equal to milliequivalence of K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate. Milliequivalence of hydrogen is equal to milliequivalence of potassium dichromate. You know, students, milliequivalence of potassium dichromate, volume they given, molarity they given. You know what happens in the acidic medium potassium dichromate, K2Cr2O7. Generally, K2Cr2O7 become Cr plus 3. Likely in KMnO4, in KMnO4 reaction also it become Mn plus 2. Yes or no, student? Here each chromium is equal to plus 6. Here each chromium is 3. So the total number of chromiums 2, that is 2 3s are 6 minus 2 into 6, 12. Though for this one n factor is equal to 6, students. Here manganese is 7 and manganese is 2. Then n factor is equal to 2 minus 7, n factor is equal to 5. So when I am using potassium dichromate and KMnO4 as an oxidizing agent in acidic medium, potassium dichromate becomes Kr plus 3 and KMnO4 become Mn plus 2. So the n factor becomes here 6 and the n factor is 5. Now we are using milli equivalents, that is equal to V1 into, that is mLs only they given, 0.1 into 6, that is equal to 0.6 V1. This is the milli equivalence of hydrogen, which is going to be oxidized by the given potassium dichromate solution. Now in the second vein, milli equivalence of hydrogen is equal to, so the volume of 0.3 KMnO4 needed for complete oxidation of above means the same milli equivalence, that is milli equivalence of KMnO4, that is equal to how much ml? Volume, that is the volume, let us say. So I am going to remove this one because already understood what happens in the reaction. So the volume, let us volume of KMnO4 used is equal to V2 ml. Okay, then V2 into what is that? 0.3 into a KMnO4, just now I shown you 5, that is equal to 5 3s are 15, so 1.5 V2. Yes or no? So milli equivalence of hydrogen used is 0.6 V1 and milli equivalence of N2H4. In both reactions the milli equivalence of N2 hydrogen is same, that is nothing but 0.6 V1 is equal to 1.5 V2. Yes or no? Then V2 is equal to what you can write? 0.6 by 1.5 into V1. Okay, so 3 2s are 3 5s are, that is 0.2 0.5, that is 2 by 5. Therefore the answer is 2 by 5 V1, that is V2. Already you know what is V2, we said KMnO4 used to oxidize the given hydrogen is 2 by 5 V1. Yes, we have here the answer. The simple logic I have applied, that is the milli equivalence of hydrogen which is oxidized by milli equivalence of potassium dichromate, I have equated. Likely to be milli equivalence of hydrogen is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. From these two I got the milli equivalence of hydrogen for the potassium dichromate oxidation and KMnO4 oxidation reaction. Now these two milli equivalents are same, then I am equating, then I got the answer for the volume of KMnO4 required for the oxidation of hydrogen is 2 by 5 V1. Okay, now you go for the next question, student. Now in an experiment 20 ml of decinormal HCl solution was added to 15 ml decinormal silver nitrate solution. AgCl was precipitated out completely and the acid in the solution were neutralized with n by 2. Now see that in an experiment 20 ml of decinormal HCl solution was added to 15 ml decinormal AgNO3 solution. That is AgNO3 upon added with HCl is gives rise AgCl precipitated plus HNO3. This is the concept. 15 ml of decinormal AgNO3 solution. Okay, 20 ml of decinormal HCl added to 15 ml decinormal AgNO3 solution. Okay, AgCl was precipitated out completely and the acid of the solution was neutralized with, that means you are one point you have to observe that here milli equivalence of silver nitrate is equal to milli equivalence of HNO3. Is it correct or not? Why? According to law of chemical equivalence, all the reactants and products equivalence, number of equivalents should be same. That means milli equivalence of AgNO3 equal to milli equivalence of HNO3. So the HNO3 formed I am going to find out. Milli equivalence of AgNO3 means 15 ml into what is that? Decinormal 0.1 N. This is in milliliters. That is 1.5 is equal to milli equivalents of HNO3. So the produced acid milli equivalents I find out. The produced acid milli equivalent I have find out. You observe the logic. The milli equivalents of HCl. Okay, milli equivalents of HCl, that is 20 into 0.1, that is equal to 2. Now milli equivalents of AgNO3 and milli equivalents of HCl are same. How much milli equivalents of AgNO3 is there? The same milli equivalents of HCl was reacted. So milli equivalents of HCl reacted are left over. Observe the logic. Milli equivalence of AgNO3 is equal to milli equivalence of HCl. That is, milli equivalence of HCl required is equal to milli equivalence of HCl required to react with milli equivalence of AgNO3 same. So milli equivalence of HCl required to react with what is that AgNO3 is equal to how much? 15 into 0.1, that is equal to 1.5. So milli equivalent of HCl required is 1.5 for complete reaction with silver nitrate. This is required. That is, but given milli equivalence of HCl is equal to 20 into 0.1. 20 into 0.1, that is equal to 2 milli equivalents. Therefore, leftover HCl equivalents, HCl milli equivalents, leftover HCl milli equivalents, 2 minus 1.5, that is equal to 0.5. So the overall after reaction of silver nitrate with HCl, there are two types of acids. One is 0.5 milli equivalents of HCl and 1.5 milli equivalents of HNO3. So the total acid equivalents, total acid milli equivalents is equal to 0.5 plus 1.5, that is equal to 2. So you have milli equivalents of acid reacted after reaction. So the total milli equivalents of acid after reaction with silver nitrate. So acid, the solution was neutralized, completely neutralized. Yes, silver nitrate and reaction with HCl, AgCl was precipitated and the acid solution was neutralized with N by 20. Acid solution means who will be present? Now HNO3 is present as well as unreacted HCl is present, which was taken 1 by 20 sodium hydroxide, the volume of sodium hydroxide required. Yes. Okay, milli equivalence of acid and leftover, okay, after reaction, and milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so milli equivalence of acid leftover is equal to 2. Milli equivalence of sodium, volume of the sodium into in milliliters. Why I am writing milli equivalents? Sodium hydroxide, the sodium hydroxide is 1 by 20, that is volume of sodium hydroxide is equal to 40 ml. Is there answer? Yes students, you see. What is the logic I have applied first? In an experiment, 20 ml of decinormal HCl solution was added to 15 ml decinormal AgNO3. Simply, all the number of moles are same. AgCl, that is, I have calculated milli equivalence. Milli equivalence of AgNO3 equal to milli equivalence of HCl. Milli equivalence of AgNO3 is 1.5. So the HCl is used also 1.5. HNO3 formed also 1.5. So 1.5 milli equivalence of HCl was used. And the given HCl milli equivalence is 2. And that is, there is a leftover HCl now. That means the leftover HCl is 0.5. After the reaction, newly produced acid is 1.5. So the total milli equivalence of acid is 2. Now this acid was titrated against sodium hydroxide. Yes, that is milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Got the point? So in this fashion, I got what is that Nana question. Next, I will go for the next question. A solution containing 0.05 moles of SO2Cl2 water will be completely neutralized by, yes students, you take that SO2Cl2, which on reaction with water produces, what is that? H2SO4 plus HCl. You take 2HCl, that is 2HCl, that is total oxygens are H2SO4. The reaction was balanced. And what is that? 1 mole H2SO4 and 2 moles HCl was formed. Yes or no? So the thing they given at, so number of moles is that is equal to how much? 0.05 moles. Yes or no? That is equal to 0.05 into 2. Why? Each H2SO4 gives 2 plus 0.05 into 2. Why? The total number of moles is 2 into 0.05 and 0.5 into 2. 2 5s are 10 and that is 0.1. 2 5s are 10, that is 0.1. That is equal to 0.2. So the total number of moles of acid produced after dissolving 0.05 moles of SO2Cl2. Yes, I gave that 0.05 moles. 1 mole gives 1 mole of H2SO4. Yes or no? 0.05 will give 0.05 moles of H2SO4. But each H2SO4 give 2 H plus ion. That is nothing but the concentration number of H plus ions are 0.1 and 0.1. I think understood? Now that is the 0.2. Now which was completely neutralized by, yes, first you see this one, 50 ml 0.4 m NaOH. Molarity is equal to generally number of moles by volume. Okay, number of moles by volume into 1000 if they given in milliliter. Then number of moles is equal to m into volume in milliliter by 1000. You write molarity they given that 4, volume they given that 50 by 1000. Yes or no? 5 4s are 20. 5 4s are 20. 200 by 1000. That is 2 by 10. That is 0.2. So the number of moles of sodium hydroxide is 0.2. The number of moles of acid given is 0.2. So both number of moles are same. That is why. So the number of moles of H plus, I have calculated number of moles of H plus and I have calculated number of moles of OH minus. 0.05 SO2Cl2 give 0.05 H2SO4. But I have calculated the number of moles of H plus, that is 2 into 0.05. 0.05 gives 2 moles of HCl. The number of moles of H plus is equal to 0.05 into 2. So the total number of H plus is 0.025 H plus are present. 0.02 H plus number of moles. Now the number of moles of OH minus is 0.2. Therefore the answer should be A. I thought understood? Simply SO2Cl2 when they dissolved in water, sulfuryl chloride. Yes, this is sulfuryl chloride. Sulfuryl chloride when you added with water, these are replaces by OH and the remaining produces HCl. Understood? So this is the question given that. Now you go for the next question, student. The volume of 0.5 m H3PO4, the volume of 0.5 m H3PO4 completely dissolves 3.1 gram of copper carbonate. The molecular mass of copper carbonate 124 they given. Simply CuCO3, milli equivalence of CuCO3 is equal to milli equivalence of H3PO4. Yes or no? Why? The volume of H3PO4 that completely dissolves in 0.13 carbonate. Yes, milli equivalence of copper carbonate equal to milli equivalence of H3PO4. We require volume in milliliter into molarity 0.5 into 3. Why? The basicity of H3PO4 is 3. H3PO4 basicity is 3. The replaceable number of hydrogens are 3. That is the number of H hydrogen attached to the oxygen are 3. That is V into 0.5 into 3. Milli equivalence of copper carbonate. Milli equivalence is nothing but weight by gram equivalent weight. Okay, weight by gram equivalent is called number of equivalents, but they given milli equivalence. Number of equivalents into 1000. That is, it becomes the milli equivalence. Yes or no? Got my point? Then gram equivalent weight. Weight is equal to 3.1. Gram equivalent weight is equal to 124 by 2. Why, sir? That is copper carbonate Cu plus 2 and CO3 minus 2 into 1000. Okay, milli equivalence, number of moles into number of millimoles. Okay, number of millimoles into n factor, like that. Okay, millimoles, that is, I am sorry, here you have to write 10 power minus 3. Okay, into 10 power minus 3. You will get the answer volume, that is equal to 1.5 into V. That is volume in milliliter is equal to, after doing so, you will get 33.3. Yes. Okay, this is the thing they given, that is volume of H3PO4 required. Simply milli equivalence of copper carbonate equal to milli equivalence of H3PO4. Milli equivalence is nothing but weight by gram equivalent weight into 10 power minus 3. That will be the milli equivalence. Got it now? Now we'll go for the second question. Sorry, next question. That is 0.36 gram of metal was dissolved in 100 ml 1N H2SO4, and the volume of solution was made up to 100 ml, 1000 ml by adding water. 40 ml of this solution were neutralized completely by 28 ml 0.1 NaOH. Next, the equivalent mass of the metal. They asked you equivalent mass of the metal. Equivalent weight is equal to, okay, weight by, what is that? Gram molecular weight. Equivalent weight is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight. Equivalent mass they asked you, gram equivalent weight by, gram molecular weight by X. If you write that, you will get the equivalent weight. So first we have to find out milli equivalence of the metal. If you know the milli equivalence, automatically also you can get the equivalent weight of the metal. How, sir? Milli equivalence is equal to, equivalent weight by, okay, given weight by equivalent weight, that is equal to milli equivalence. Number of milli equivalence equal to weight by equivalent weight. First of all, I want to find out milli equivalence of the metal. So this amount of the metal was dissolved in 100 ml of what is that? 1 H2SO4. Now I will write one important point. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted is equal to milli equivalence of the metal given. Say yes or no? When I added the metal in 100 ml 1N H2SO4, the volume of the solution was made up to 1000 ml by adding water. Yes or no? 40 ml of this solution was neutralized completely by 20 ml. And what is the meaning? After adding up the metal, some of the acid was reacted. There is a leftover acid. The leftover acid was added up to 1000 ml. After then they neutralized with 28 ml of 0.1 NaOH. First of all, I want to calculate, okay, given ml of milli equivalence of H2SO4. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 given is equal to 100 into 1 is equal to 100 milli equivalence. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 given is equal to 100. Now my question, milli equivalence of H2SO4 unreacted. Yes, milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted is equal to milli equivalence of metal. But I want to know milli equivalence of H2SO4 given. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 unreacted is equal to milli equivalence of H2SO4 leftover is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Yes, the leftover acid I am treating with sodium hydroxide. So milli equivalence of H2SO4 leftover, how much you are taking? 40 ml into, what is that? Normality, I don't know. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 leftover acid, normality is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Okay, milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide taken 28 into 0.1. Yes or no? Now normality of the acid is equal to 28 into 0.1 by 40. Okay, 4 7s are 4 10s are, that is equal to 0.07. 0.07. Normality is equal to acid 0.07. This is for 40 ml. Normality 40 ml of this solution they calculated, and the leftover acid normality is 0.07. Now milli equivalence of acid is equal to milli equivalence of H2SO4 leftover is equal to 0.07 into 1000. This is equal to 70. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 leftover is equal to 70. Why? Milli equivalence of H2SO4 first I have calculated their normality. Now milli equivalence of H2O4 leftover is equal to 0.07 into how much ml? 1000 ml. So milli equivalence of H2SO4 unreacted I got. Therefore now milli equivalence of H2SO4 you see now? Yes. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted. Milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted, that is given is 100, unreacted is 70, that is equal to 30 milli equivalence. So milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted you got. Already I told you, milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted equal to milli equivalence of the metal. Okay, now you please observe a logic. What is that? Milli equivalence is equal to, what is that? Milli equivalence is nothing but otherwise. Equivalence is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight. Equivalence is equal to. So milli equivalence are 30. Then equivalence equal to 30 by 10 power minus 3. 30 by 10 power minus 3. That is nothing but equivalence of acid reacted. Equivalence of acid reacted equal to equivalence of the metal. So equivalence of the metal is equal to milli equivalence of the metal, which is equal to milli equivalence of the metal. Milli equivalence of the metal I converted into equivalence 30 by 10 power minus 3, which is equal to weight 0.36 by gram equivalent weight of the metal. So gram equivalent weight. Therefore gram equivalent weight of the metal is equal to, what is that? 0.36 into 10 power minus 3 by 30. Yes or no? Milli equivalence, okay, is equal to 0.36 into 10 power minus 3 by 30. After doing so that you will get that, what is that? 0.36 into 10 power minus 3. You are getting that 30. You will get that, what is that? 3. Okay, so the total milli equivalence of the acid is 30. I am sorry. Milli equivalence of the acid. Milli equivalence is 30. Then equivalence is equal to divided by. Okay, X is the equivalence. You are converting into milli equivalence. We are converting into equivalence. Divided by 10 power minus 3. You will get the answer. What is that? 1000 na? 36 by 1000. So 360. Okay. Here is a small mistake is there. Oh shit. Yes. That is equal to 30 by 1000. Then gram equivalent of the metal is equal to 360 by 30. 12. That is gram equivalent weight is equal to 12. Got it the answer? A logic is gram equivalence, milli equivalence of the metal equal to milli equivalence of H2SO4 reacted. Milli equivalence I am converting into equivalence. Divide with 1000. Yes, divide with 1000. That is 10 power minus 3 multiplying. Then I am getting the answer. Okay. So in this way we are getting the question. Now go for the next question. 0.1 mole H3POX is completely neutralized by 5.6 gram KOH. Yes. Then the statement is H3POX, that is milli equivalence of H3POX is equal to milli equivalence of KOH. Sir, they given moles. If they given moles, what is the milli equivalence formula? That is number of millimoles into n factor, number of millimoles into n factor. You apply the logic. Okay, so 0.1 mole. Otherwise, I will directly apply equivalence of H3POX is equal to equivalence of KOH. Number of equivalence of is nothing but 0.1 into whose basicity I don't know, that is moles into n factor. Let us say that n factor is equal to A, otherwise A. N factor or basicity. For a acid, n factor is nothing but its basicity is equal to 5.6 by 56. Why? Potassium 39 plus what is that? 17. 39 plus 17 is equal to 56 into its n factor 1. Because, sir, why do I use that formula? Number of equivalence is equal to number of moles into n factor. In this one they given moles, in this one also they given weight. Weight by gram molecular weight, number of moles into n factor. Weight by gram molecular weight. Now 56 into 0.1, that is equal to A is equal to 1. And basicity of the acid, basicity of H3POX is equal to 1. Basicity to be 1, and what is the meaning? Only one H plus should be replaceable. That must be, that is H3PO2, that is X is equal to 2. Then P double bond O, OH. How could you say, sir? Okay, this is the, every oxy acid should have, this is the point. That is already 1 H plus. That is only 1 E. Remaining hydrogens are attached to here. So 3 hydrogen like this. That is why X equal to 2. So oxygens are 2. Now X equal to 3, wrong. X equal to 4, wrong. X equal to 2, and given acid does not form any acid salt. Yes, after removing of this H plus, this is not replaceable hydrogen, this is not hydrogen. So the formed as salt is NaH2PO2, sodium dihydrogen phosphate. This is the only possible. These hydrogens are not replaceable. These hydrogens are not replaceable. This is not a acidic salt. Therefore, only 1 H plus replaceable. That must be the neutral salt only. So, given acid does not form any salt. That is why answer should be C. Understood? So, simply apply milli equivalence equal to milli equivalence, or number of equivalence equal to number of equivalence. So, have you seen so many questions? Okay, we have seen so many questions. All these questions are based on a simple logic, law of chemical equivalence. Now you go for the next question, student. That is 159.5 grams of copper sulfate solution is reacted with Ki. 159.5 grams of copper sulfate solution is reacted with Ki. Then the liberated iodine required 100 ml of 0.1 m Na2SO2 S2O3 for the complete reaction. Then what is the percentage of purity of copper in copper sulfate solution? Here the thing is based on iodometry. That is, copper sulfate when reacted with Ki solution produces, what is that, Nana? Cu. Copper sulfate solution is reacted with Ki, that is equal to, okay, what is mentioning? Copper sulfate solution is treated with Ki, then produces iodine. Okay, the produced iodine is titrated with sodium thiosulfate, produces sodium iodide plus Na2S4O6. Okay, Na2S4O6, sodium tetrathionate. So, milli equivalence of copper sulfate is equal to milli equivalence of iodine is equal to milli equivalence of Na2S2O3 hyposolution. So, simply milli equivalence of copper sulfate is equal to milli equivalence of Na2S2O3. Got my point? Milli equivalence of copper plus 2 is equal to milli equivalence of Na2S2O3. Instead of using copper sulfate, I am using copper. Is it right? So, milli equivalence of copper plus 2 is equal to milli equivalence of Na2S2O3. Yes. Now milli equivalence of Na2S2O3 they given that 100 into 1 into Na2S2O3. In this one, the n factor of hypo is equal to 1. How, sir? Na2S2O3. Each sulfur, 3 2s are minus 6, 2 2s are, 2 1s are plus 2. That is equal to plus 4. Each sulfur is 2. Here each sulfur is 5 by 2. That is 2 into 5 by 2 minus 2 2s are 4. Yes or no? That is 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Here each is plus 2. Here each is 5 by 2. Then n factor is equal to 2 into 5 by 2 minus 2 into 2. That is equal to 1. So n factor of hypo in the solution is 1. So number of equivalence of copper sulfate is equal to, that is milli equivalence of copper is equal to 100. Milli equivalence of copper is equal to 100. That is copper plus 2. Now you see, they asked you, then what is the percentage of purity? Okay, you know milli equivalence formula, number of moles into 10 power, what is that? Minus 3. Why? I am converting milli equivalence into equivalence into n factor 2 is equal to 100. Is it right? No. Here copper solution on treating with Ki, okay, it produces a CuI2, okay, Cui, that is nothing but n factor is also 1. Here copper sulfate on reaction with Ki produces Cui plus I2 plus what is that non-remaining? K2SO4. Cui plus I2 plus K2SO4. So the n factor is equal to 1. The number of moles, the number of moles is nothing but weight by gram molecular weight is equal to, that is equal to 10 power minus 3. It goes up, that is equal to 10 power 3. I am converting milli equivalence into equivalence, that is equal to equivalence of that is number of moles into n factor into what is that, Nana? 10 power minus 3. That is already you got 100 into 1, 0.1. That is equal to 1 by 10. That is, 1000. That is equal to, we are writing as 1000. Then that is equal to 0.1. Then weight of copper is equal to 0.1 into gram molecular weight of copper 63.5, that is equal to 6.35 grams. Yes. So the weight of copper present milli equivalence of copper. Milli equivalence of copper from milli equivalence, I got weight of the copper. So for 159.59 of copper, how much copper is there? 1 copper. That is 159.5 grams of copper sulfate should have, okay, 159.5 grams of copper sulfate should have 63.5 grams of copper. But they given how much only? 6.35 gram only you got. 159.95 grams of copper sulfate should have 63.5 grams. But I got just 6.35 grams only. Yes or no? Now percentage of purity is equal to weight of copper obtained by the copper should be present into 100. That is equal to 10%. So the percentage of copper present is how much? Yes, I got 10%. How? Copper sulfate when I reacted with Ki produces I2. Sir, why do I place 1 here, sir? Because the n factor CuSO4 plus Ki which produces, okay, which produces Cui plus I2 plus K2SO4. Okay, that is the reason why the copper n factor is equal to 1 here. So I have used like that. Number of moles into n factor. Number of millimoles, I am converting into moles. Millimoles converting means by 10 power minus 3. It goes up. I am getting a number of moles. I got that 6.35 grams. Okay, na student? Now you go for the next question. 0.8 grams of ammonium sulfate was boiled with 100 ml 0.2 NaOH solution till all the ammonia was evolved. Yes, students. ammonium sulfate on reaction with sodium hydroxide. What they produces? Na2SO4. Yes or no? That is 2NaOH plus 2 ammonia plus 2H2O. Yes. That is, so 100 ml 0.2 NaOH solution till the total ammonia was evolved. The remaining solution of alkali, the remaining solution mean we are using excess alkali. The remaining alkali was diluted with this solution of what is that? H2SO4 or acid. First of all, what is the given alkali? So, milli equivalence of NaOH given is equal to 100 into 0.2. 100 into 0.2, that is equal to 20. Milli equivalence of NaOH given is equal to 20. Now, milli equivalence of what is that? Unreacted NaOH. Unreacted NaOH is equal to, this is totally taken? No, 25 ml was only taken. Milli equivalence of unreacted is equal to how much? 5 into 0.2 N. Milli equivalence of unreacted sodium hydroxide is equal to 5 into 0.2 N. That is 1 milli equivalence. For how much ml? 25 ml. So, for 25 ml, you observe the logic. Then, for given 250 ml is equal to 25 ml is 1 milli equivalence. Then, for 250 ml, that is equal to 10 milli equivalence. Therefore, okay, the sodium hydroxide unreacted, okay, which sodium hydroxide? Unreacted sodium hydroxide. The milli equivalence of unreacted sodium hydroxide is equal to 10. Unreacted is 10, given is 20. Therefore, milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide reacted is equal to 20 minus 10, that is 10. Milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide reacted is 10. Observe that from the equation. Milli equivalence of ammonium sulfate is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. Milli equivalence of ammonium sulfate is nothing but N factor into millimoles, number of millimoles is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide reacted already 10, that is equal to 5. Number of millimoles of ammonium sulfate is equal to 5. Then weight of ammonium sulfate, is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 3. So, I am converting millimoles into moles into gram molecular weight of ammonium sulfate. You calculate, that is you get 0.66 grams. That is ammonium sulfate weight you got. But they asked you ammonium sulfate weight? No, the percentage of purity of the ammonium sulfate. Percentage of purity is equal to, you got that 0.66 gram. So, the ammonium sulfate present in the given sample is 0.66, but the given is 0.80 into 100. 0.66 by 0.80 into 100. You will get that 82.5 percentage. 82.5 percentage. Just I substituted, I got that 0.66. Got my point, student? So, this is the way we are calculating percentage purity. First, I have calculated the given alkali, unreacted milli equivalence of alkali, and therefore, you know given alkali, unreacted, you can calculate what is that milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide which is reacted with ammonium sulfate. So, milli equivalence of ammonium sulfate equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide, already that is 10. So, number of millimoles, I got the weight percentage purity. Now, you go for the next question, student. That is 0.5 gram mixture of oxalic acid and some sodium oxalate. Oxalic acid and some sodium oxalate with some impurities required 40 ml 0.1 m NaOH. Complete neutralization and 6 ml of 0.2 m KMnO4 for complete oxidation. Then calculate the percentage of Na2C2O4 in the mixture. Percentage of Na2. The same way, previously how you calculated, first you calculate the weight of sodium oxalate. If you know the weight of sodium oxalate, automatically you can calculate the percentage. Okay na? So first, what is that? Oxalic acid and sodium oxalate, impurity require 40 ml of NaOH. In this oxalic acid and sodium oxalate, when I titrated with sodium hydroxide, who will react with oxalic acid only? This salt does not react. So milli equivalence of H2C2O4 is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide used. Actually, we are titrating with mixture, but this was unaffected in sodium hydroxide. Who can only H2C2O4 only reacting with sodium hydroxide. So milli equivalence of H2C2O4 equal to 40 into 0.1 into 1. Why? V into molarity into N factor, that is equal to 4. Now in the second one, the same mixture was oxidized by 6 ml 0.2 m KMnO4. Yes or no? So in this one, that is milli equivalence of H2C2O4 plus milli equivalence of, what is that? Na2C2O4 is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. Yes or no? Here is oxalate, here also oxalate. Both will be oxidized to CO2. Already milli equivalence of H2C2O4 equal to 4 plus milli equivalence of Na2C2O4 oxalate is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4 equal to 6 into 0.2 into 5. Why sir? KMnO4 N factor in acidic medium is 5. 5 6 are 30. 30 into 2, 6. That is milli equivalence of Na2C2O4 is equal to, milli equivalence of Na2C2O4 is equal to 2. Why? The total is 6. 6 minus 4, 2. You got the milli equivalence. If you know the milli equivalence, you can calculate what is that, Nana? Weight. Okay. Weight is equal to, weight of Na2C2O4 is equal to already 2 into 10 power minus 3. I am converting into equivalence into gram equivalent weight. Okay. Gram equivalent of sodium oxalate. After substituting sodium oxalate, you will get that answer 0.134. Okay. What is the gram equivalent weight of sodium oxalate? 67. Why? Na2C2O4 by 2. Molecular weight by 2. So weight is equal to gram equivalent weight into 2 into 10 power minus 3. I got it. That is equal to 0.134. Milli equivalence of sodium oxalate equal to 0.134. If you know weight, that is percentage of, okay, percentage purity is equal to 0.134 by given 0.5 into 100. You will get the percentage purity. I think understood. So first, in the first titration, I got the milli equivalence of oxalic acid. In the second titration, both will oxidize by KMnO4. Then milli equivalence of sodium oxalate I got. Milli equivalence is equal to, what is that? Number of milli equivalence equal to number of equivalence. Okay. Number of equivalence converting mean dividing with 1000. It become 10 power minus 3. Okay. So those are multiplying with 1000. Then it become 10 power minus 3. That equal to 0.135 and 34 you got percentage purity you will get. Okay. Now you go for the next question, student. A solution contain mixture of H2SO4 and H2C2O4. 20 ml of this solution require 40 ml of M by 10 NaOH. Yes, in the same previous example for neutralization. And 20 ml of N by 10 KMnO4 for oxidation, the molarity. Now this time he don't want any weights, he don't want any percentage purity. He want to ask what is the molarity of the given solutions. Let us H2SO4 molarity is equal to M1, H2C2O4 molarity is M2. Just now in previous example what I wrote, a solution contain mixture of H2SO4, H2C2O4. But in that sodium oxalate does not react with sodium hydroxide. But this is a acid, this is also a acid. But here the basicity 2, here the basicity also be 2. Both basicities are 2, 2. Now requires sodium hydroxide. So milli equivalence of H2C2O4 plus milli equivalence of H2SO4 is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide. In the first titration, milli equivalence of acid is equal to milli equivalence of base. Milli equivalence formula, just now I told you, they given molarity or normality? They given molarity. Yes or no? How much ml of the mixture? 20 ml of the mixture. So 20 ml of the mixture into its molarity is H2C2O for molarity M2 into a basicity 2 plus 20 into what is that? M1 into 2 is equal to milli equivalence of sodium hydroxide 40 into 1 by 10 into 1, that is 20 common the then 20 into 2 you do common, 2 common, then M1 plus M2 is equal to 40 into 1 by 10, that is M1 plus M2 M1 plus M2 is equal to 0.1. You got one relation from the first titration. And next 20 ml of 1 by 10 KMnO4. H2SO4 does not affected. Who will be affected? H2C2O4. So milli equivalence of H2C2O4 is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4 upon oxidation. Milli equivalence of H2S2 that is 20 and factor 2 H2C2O4 molarity M2 is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4 20 into 1 by 10 into yes or no, directly they given n value, that is no need. Okay, 20 ml 1 n by 10 they given normality but they given molarity, that's why we have multiplied with 1 here. Now 10 2s are 2 cancel, then M2 is equal to 1 by 20. 1 by 20 mean 0.000, that is 0.05. That is M2 is equal to 0.05. If M2 0.05, automatically from this one M1 is also 0.05. Why? 0.05, 0.1 minus 0.005, that is equal to 0.05. Therefore, M2 is 0.05 and M1 is also 0.05. Where the answer? Yes. So, in this question, the student should have the what is that knowledge on that which is going to be reacted. Yes, both are acid. When I am titrating with sodium hydroxide, both equivalents are same. But in the second titration, oxalic acid undergoes only oxidation, H2SO4 unaffected. That is why milli equivalence of oxalic acid is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. I got the molarity of oxalic acid. From that I have calculated molarity of sulfuric acid. Okay, students? Now, yes, 10 ml of sodium oxalate required, sodium hydrogen oxalate required, 50 ml 0.1 m KNO4 solution in acidic medium. Volume of 0.1 m NaOH required by 100 ml of NaH2CO4 is. First, they given volume and this one. Ante milli equivalence of NaHC2O4 is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. Yes or no? Milli equivalence of NaH2C2O4 equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. From this, you can calculate what is that? 100 into its normality is equal to milli equivalence of KMnO4. 50 into 0.1 into 5. Why? In its acidic nature, always it become 5. That is equal to 50 2s are, that n is equal to 0.5 by 2. Yes or no? Normality of the NaH2C2O4 I calculated. That is equal to 50 into 0.1 by 5. 52s are. Now, that is equal to 0.25. Yes or no? 0.25. 50 by 2 is equal to 20, that is equal to 0.25 is the normality. Then volume of 0.1 mH required for 100 ml of this one, that is milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide is equal to milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide equal to milliequivalence of sodium hydrogen oxalate, monosodium oxalate. Milliequivalence of sodium hydroxide, volume into 0.1 into 1 is equal to milliequivalence, that is 100 into 0.25. Then volume is equal to, what is that, Nana? 25 by 0.1, that is equal to 250 ml. Yes. Okay. You got it the point? This is 0.25, a substituted value. I got that volume is equal to 250 ml. So in the first titration, I calculated normality of the solution. In the second titration, I calculated volume of the sodium hydroxide. Now you go for the next question, student. S. Moles of KCH2O4. Okay. Moles of KCH2O4 required for 100 ml of 0.02 KMnO4 acidic reaction is, medium is this one. Okay. This is actually KHC2O4. KHC2O4. Okay, 100 ml, that is milliequivalence of KHC2O4 is equal to milliequivalence of KMnO4, that is moles, number of moles, okay, into otherwise number of millimoles into n factor is equal to, instead of milliequivalence I am going to write equivalence, number of moles into n factor is equal to molarity 0.02 into 100 by 1000. Why? I am writing equivalence into 5. 100 tens are 5 2s are, that is number of moles into n factor is equal to 0.01. Yes or no? 0.01. This K2H2C2O4 upon oxidation, that is C2O4 minus 2 is there. It become carbon dioxide, that is 2 carbons are there. KMnO4 in acidic medium, always the n factor, number of electron transferred is 5. But here 2 into 4 minus 2 into 3, that is equal to 2 is the n factor. Why? Because each carbon is 3, here each carbon is plus 4. That is n factor is equal to 2. Then number of moles equal to 0.01 by 2, that is equal to 0.005. Yes or no? That is the answer. Number of moles into n factor. Number of moles, instead of milliequivalence I am getting equivalence. Why? I am writing in liters. You got the answer 0.05. So these are the questions regarding what is that titration, student. This is the experimental chemistry based titration questions. Thank you very much.